It was really, really lovely. I dropped in very quickly when I got into the tank, which was always so nice. And I think I might have actually almost fallen asleep a couple times and woken myself up with a few jolts. And I was just on time. I came back out right as the music was starting, and it was really peaceful. I feel like I just took a nap, or that I actually just woke up. This reminds me of, when you wake a baby up from a nap and they're a little like, oh, what is this world that I'm in? That's actually usually how I feel after I get out of a float. There's lots of new sensory input and lots of new sensations and things to perceive. And that's usually how I feel. I'm quite open, and my attention is a bit sharper. I think right when you get into the tank, adjusting to this lack of gravity always is like, it takes a minute. And there's this moment where my body just finally relaxes and I feel adjusted in the same way that you might get adjusted of the moving ground when you're on a boat. And that particular moment is always my favorite part of the float. It's like, okay, here we go. Like that is how it feels for me. Floating for me is like an energetic palate cleanser. It was particularly great today because I've just spent the last 3 days being around a lot of different people, and I'm quite introverted energetically, and it is just such a nice way to clean the slate and get a fresh, clear slate of energy. For me, that's the salt, that's the floating, that's the taking an explicit hour out of my day where I'm not interacting with people and I'm not interacting with screens. So that part is actually really quite special, and that's one of the things I lean on heavily in my float practice, I guess you could say.